OK, as it is the first Saturday Social of the season, it is Saturday Social tradition, isn't it?
Yeah.
To do our predictions. And item Rory Jennings wants no part of after that Haaland comment that went viral for many years. Morning, Rory, by the way. Big fan of Rory. Morning. We've got a list of categories. We're asking Cams and Robbie to get off the fence and give us their takes. We've got champions, top four, Golden Boot, Player of the Season, Transfer Hit, Overachieving Team, Underachieving Team, and Hot Take. So let's start with the first one. Cool. Who is lifting that iconic Premier League trophy this season? Cams, who you gone with, mate?
I have gone with Liverpool. Now, after yesterday, they've kind of made me, a bit sit on the fence a little bit with it, but I'm still going with Liverpool because I think they're going to get Alexander Isak. And I think with a team of Isak and Salah in the same team, already with Salah, he's going to make you a title contender. And then you get the second best striker in the Premier League. I just think Liverpool are going to be too strong in the end. You know what I mean? I know defensively they're not going to be as strong as they were last season, but I think it's going to be one of them ones. You score, we score, and Anfield factor as well. I'm going to go with Liverpool.
Robbie, you gone Chelsea? Or... Sure.
Arsenal.
Sure.
Right, got to back my team, man. 3 times finishing second. This has to be the one. And also, I'll qualify that by saying that, we all get excited at this time of the year about new signings, but new signings have to settle in. And I really do think that Arsenal, when you look at Arsenal's team, it's a very settled team. It's the same defence, same keeper, same back four. That's been excellent. And remember, a lot of those players were, like Gabriel, say, for injured for quite a lot of that. Yeah. Also was Ben White. They're all back fit. So that's very stable. Stable midfield. I only really brought in Zubimendi into that. It's still Odegaard. It's still Declan Rice. Yeah. And then they brought in Gyökeres up front. So even though they've made a lot of signings, it's not big changes. And I think that's really going to help us. So I feel that this has to be the year for us.
Do you buy into the sort of chat that, that left-hand side of yours, there's been a lot of speculation, isn't there, about the future of Martinelli and bringing players in. Do you need that left winger?
I do feel that, I do feel that we need a left winger. I think it's looking like Trossard's going to go.
Do you think you'll get the left winger before the end of the window?
I hope so. We were linked with Eze, we've been linked with Rodrigo. I do think we need a left winger. Because it's still one of the issues at Arsenal is everything seems to go out to the right-hand side. It all sort of comes through Saka. All right, you brought in Gyökeres now, that's a big threat down the middle. But I still think if we can, have a similar sort of threat on that left-hand side, we pose teams a lot of problems. But the thing is, Arsenal last year, remember, they drew a lot of games, didn't lose a lot of games, hard to beat, you know what I mean? And I said a lot of battle-hardened players now with a bit more experience. I think they can do it.
All right, let's go on to your next one. This is top four. Now, Cam, do you want to make a last-minute change to your top four? So we've got the Sharpie out alongside you. What is the last-minute change you're going to make?
So right now, I woke up this morning, right? So last night, I said it's going to be Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, City. Yeah. I'm not sure if that's because I saw Robbie's face this morning, but I've changed my mind.
Oh, okay.
I have changed my mind. Last minute decision. And I've gone with Chelsea to be second. All right. I've gone with Liverpool. Chelsea, Arsenal, City.
Get the Sharpie out then. You can alter it with a Sharpie. Yeah, give it a little arrow on there so the people at home can remember that.
Why have you changed your mind?
Why? Yeah, why? What's made you change your mind?
Just hate.
What you say? Nah, do you know what it is, right? I just think Chelsea, I'm looking at their squad, I'm looking at the moment that they're in at the moment. They brought in João Pedro, who I thought last season, when you look at like Jackson and they had Mark Gui as well, they didn't have enough up front. And now they've got Liam Delap and João Pedro as striking options, which I think is a great 1 and 2. And then you look at, they've got a bit more dynamism in the wings as well with Jamie Gittins. They brought in Esteval as well. I just think they're in the right moment. They're peaking at the right time. I think people can't underestimate that defeat to PSG. Some people are going to say it's pre-season, but no team took it as a pre-season game. That was a proper game and a proper final. And Chelsea destroyed PSG, And I think that's going to make them walk into the season with confidence. I looked at their first 5 games. Now, this could look stupid on Monday or Sunday, whenever it is. But I looked at their first 5 games of the season, all games in London. Not much travelling, 5 games in London. I think they're going to start the season on fire. And once you start the season on fire, momentum kicks in. Yeah. Let's not forget, Chelsea last season, they fell off around January-ish.
Started the season on fire.
They started the season on fire. And I look at their squad, and I think they've got the capabilities to do it. And that's nothing against Arsenal. And I've got City in fourth, which is a bit... People might be controversial about it.
What have you got, Robbie?
So I've gone...
Same teams, different order.
Yeah, Arsenal, Man City second, Liverpool third, Chelsea...
So you're not as hot on Chelsea?
Sorry?
You're not as hot on Chelsea as Cams?
I think Chelsea are a much improved team. I think they're better, but I look at Chelsea's defence and I look at the goalkeeper still. I'm not convinced. Is Sanchez going to... I think he's a good goalkeeper, but sometimes concentration with him. Levi Colwell's out. You know what I mean? As I said, everyone gets carried away with attackers. But actually, what wins you titles or what really helps you to win titles is a solid defence, right? Because you've got to play a lot of games away from home, right? It's the same amount of games away from home as at home. Is that defence good enough to win the league? Correa, I really rate.
Ain't it the same as City, though? Because I look at City, I look at these top four teams, and I feel like City are the only team that when I'm looking at what their issues were last season, I'm looking at what they've signed, and I don't think they've improved on what I thought last season was the issue. In transition, defensively, they're still relying on John Stones, Akanji.
Yeah, but that's why I haven't got the...
Nunes is their right back. Nori's a good attacker, but defensively, he's not the greatest either. So,
that's why I haven't. But then they've strengthened their midfield by bringing in Reinders.
Yeah, he's a great player.
And that's why I haven't made them quite winning it. Because of that, because attacking wise, and if City was to get in Rodrigo and they had like an attack of Haaland, Rodrigo, Marmoush, that's one of the best around. Yeah. So, you know, I still think with Chelsea, I think they're a very good side, right? That was a great win against PSG. That's a one-off game. Week in, week out. Last year they started the season well, then they lost to Ipswich around Christmas.
Yeah.
If you know, the defence is still, for me, unless I think they need Mark Gay. They need to bring in someone like a Mark Gay.
Interesting to see what happens to City as well. Obviously, like you said, if Savinho linked the Spurs, if then that opens the door for Rodrigo, suddenly then their attack looks amazing. So you've gone with the same teams but in a different order. Let's go on to Golden Boot now, because I think there's an agreement.
Is it?
Is this an easy one for you, Rob? Or?
No. Yeah, I went with it. Yeah. I didn't go with
both.
Gyökeres.
Gone with Haaland.
I'll go with again. It's Gyökeres' first season, so I can't go with him. And not only that, Haaland, right? He didn't even have a great season last year, and he was still the runner-up.
Yeah,
that's third highest. Yeah, Salah 29, he's 23, Haaland 22.
Oh, yeah. He's still going to score all the goals. I still fancy him to be, you know, if he's fit this season.
What happens if Isak goes to Liverpool? Does that then change your thoughts on the Golden Boot, or do you think Haaland's still outscored?
I'll still go Salah to outscore Isak as well.
Really?
So
wow.
Yeah, I think it was close for me for Salah and Haaland, but I think Haaland, as you said, even on a season where we're calling an off season, he was still up there. He's just such a goal scorer, and he missed, I think, like 20-something big chances last season.
Yeah. Unlike
also, like with Isak, if Isak goes to Liverpool, who's on penalties?
Yeah,
it's still Mo Salah.
It'll still be Mo Salah.
Is it?
Yeah, it's still be Mo Salah. Yeah.
Well, the questionable recent penalty.
But that's what I mean. That dynamic, like that's why I think Haaland.
All right.
He's the main guy there.
Let's go player of the season then. Next up, who have we got?
I have gone
Cole Palmer. And who have you gone for?
Gone for Martin Zubimendi.
Wow! What?
Yeah.
Player of the year? First season.
Relax, man. What's wrong with you?
No way. Nah. See, this is what I mean, bias. You see, I've come here to be unbiased.
Not biased. You've got to go with a bold decision sometimes. I love Cole Palmer. He's a great player, but I'm going with Martin Zubimendi because I'm basing mine off of the fact. Listen, if they were to win the league, Chelsea, it will be probably Cole Palmer. If Arsenal win the league, it'd probably be Martin Zubimendi.
If Arsenal win the league, Zubimendi is your... Would it not be a Saka? Would it not be a...
Right. Just like he woke up this morning, he had a feeling. I woke up this morning as well. I got a feeling. I just think this guy could be key to Arsenal, right? Listen, it's still early to tell. It's pre-season. I know there's no body of work or nothing, but just what I've seen, if Arsenal to have a big season, he's going to make us tick. I feel, right?
You think he could be your sort of Rodri? Because obviously we've seen Rodri.
That kind of, yeah. And
Rodri's doors from midfield.
He has been great.
If someone said to you Rodri's going to get a Ballon d'Or, would you have said that?
Fair enough.
He has been good in pre-season, Zubimendi, but your face when he revealed that magnet.
That's mad for me. I think if Arsenal were to win the league, then it's going to go to a Bukayo Saka.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think a Cole Palmer, though, because I have Chelsea, not overachieving, but I have Chelsea having a very good season. I think he's going to be pivotal to it. I just think he's such a good player. And
this guy's going to surprise a lot of people this season. Going to surprise them.
Okay, yeah, it's fantastic.
I'm going to hold you to this one specifically.
Yeah. All right, surprise a lot. Might surprise you tomorrow.
Next up,
transfer hits. So it's been a really active window. A lot of players to choose from in this category, I think.
Yep.
And you've both gone with some intriguing ones, actually.
Yeah, especially you, Cam. So you've gone for.
Yeah, I'm going. This is a bit of a rogue one.
I like this one.
Granit Xhaka to Sunderland. Firstly, I'm loving what Sunderland are doing in the transfer market. They're aggressive. They're clearly trying to stay in the Premier League for years to come. So somebody needs to break that cycle of teams going up and down, and I think Sunderland will this season. I think he walks in and becomes an ultimate cult.
They've made him captain already, innit?
Instant cult hero. Arsenal experience, Bayer Leverkusen experience, of course. He's been captain at Arsenal. He's won trophies. He's going to go in there. He's got an infectious mentality. He's got leadership to him. The bite, I can't wait to see the Tyne-Wear. Is it Tyne-Wear they call it? Tyneside-Tyne-Wear derby.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see this guy versus Joe Linton. That's going to be absolute cinema. You know what I mean? So I'm looking at Xhaka, and I think he walks in, as I said, instant cult hero. And I think he's going to have a brilliant season.
Well, I like this shout from it's quite different when we saw it. We were like, okay, Granit Xhaka, but I think from a Sunderland perspective, you've got to look at it from the Buyers Club perspective. The level that he's played at Arsenal, Leverkusen, and the national team as well. It's a massive signing for Sunderland.
I don't think he's done either. I don't think he's done. Yeah, he was out. Like we haven't maybe seen as much of him last season and the season before. He did win the league with Bayer Leverkusen. Last season they didn't win it, but I don't think he's done. I think he's got a lot to offer. And he said this is the biggest challenge of his career. He seems mad up for it. So look forward to it.
Robbie,
great signing. He's a leader as well.
A lot of Arsenal players so far. Is it another Arsenal player?
Okay. There we go. Another one.
What,
Cams, you're not happy?
You got a problem with that? Have you got a problem with that? Yeah?
With Gyökeres?
With Victor Gyökeres
So
being... You don't
Robbie,
think he can be a transfer
You've
hit?
got Zubimendi, player of the season, but not the transfer hit of the season.
And also, if you've got Arsenal to win the league...
No, because transfer hit, right? Because
if you've got Arsenal to win the league and Gyökeres to be the transfer hit, but then Zubimendi wins player of the season...
Yeah, I'm sharing it around, right? but then listen, right? A transfer hit, though, the reason why I'm saying transfer hit specifically for him is because, right, he's been brought in to score goals, right? So if he was to, say, score 20 goals, right, he's a transfer hit. Especially when I look at transfer hits as well, I'm looking at the price of the player. I think Arsenal got him for a very... When you think of the... When you're looking at some of the prices that players are going for...
63.5 million, yeah.
So Amari Hutchinson yesterday, it's like 40 million. Right, I think this is a... You know, if he delivers the goals, this will be a transfer hit.
Okay, let's put him up. Next up.
We all rate Zubimendi, by the way.
Zubimendi's crazy.
Brilliant.
Overachiever. I think this is kind of a widely common opinion now. Everton are going to have a really good season, isn't it?
I think Everton are going to have a brilliant season. I think top 10, I've got them finishing in the top 10, pushing for the Conference League places. I think if you look at when David Moyes came in, the form that they've been in, he transformed them last season from when it was looking like, is this going to be Everton's time again to leave the Premier League? David Moyes came in, stabilised things. They've got a new stadium. They brought in good players. It's going to be so interesting and fascinating to see Jack Grealish now playing at Everton. And I just think they're still linked with players like Tyler Diblin as well. I just think with David Moyes, very, very good manager, experience. And I'm so happy to see that he's going to be the one walking Everton into this new stadium as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing Everton flying.
Shout Dewsbury Hall as well.
Going for Brighton, right? Overachievers literally every season, right? And I can see him doing it again. They've held on to Baleba. I said they've held on to Baleba. Again, they've held on to Baleba. Right, Brighton. This team is forever overachieving, right? You know what I mean? Their transfer policy is always brilliant. Players go, they replace them, they get the best out of playing. Look what Welbeck, how they had him playing last season. A shout for one of them European places, I think.
I think that's two really good shouts. We were asked a similar question yesterday, weren't we? And we actually picked out the exact same two teams.
So stick them up.
Right, let's go to underachieving team then.
Ooh, here we go. Should we start with Robbie here? Because I feel like
I
going to wind
up.
Based off of pure hate.
I've got a text from Robbie here. It says, because I'm rattled so much that Spurs won a European trophy, I've gone to Tottenham. There we go.
What it is, right? There's no logic to this. There's no anything to this.
You're just very biased.
Right? It's based off of pure hate. Summer,
He's looking at the camera and everything.
I'm looking at the camera. the stick I've had off of these lot all summer, right? Right, including Smithy and many others, right? Expressions, all of them. You know what? I really don't know what to expect from Spurs because this is just me now being, I have put it off as a bit of hate, right? But I don't know what to expect because with Thomas Frank, I think he's at his best when we saw the other night where he's more of a defensive. I'm going to be really intrigued to see when it's like, say the game against Burnley where we're expected to attack, how he's going to deploy the team. So.
I think that's an interesting point you make, actually. As a Spurs fan, I do think it's very hard to know now because I think the next 2 weeks are key in terms of who we bring in. Obviously linked with Eze, Savinho. If you get them over the line, it's suddenly very, very attractive and you go into the season with a lot of confidence. I also would say, though, I think tactically, that's where Thomas Frank will be very good. I think he will have sort of different game plans for different teams. I think you'll see a different team completely in terms of formation against Burnley instead than you did against PSG.
Yeah,
so I think that's where Thomas Frank will be great.
What's your expectations for Spurs this season in the league?
It's a good question. I think we should be looking at top 6, 7.
Then I was thinking about that then. If it's top 6...
then
you might underachieve.
Do you think that's about fair for Spurs?
I think if you get Eze, if you get Savinho, I would say top 5.
Top 5, yeah.
Yeah,
wow. I've had Spurs as
if you've got them two.
That's what I mean. It massively depends on the next few weeks, I think.
Actually, if you get them two, I think
there's a lot to be excited about for Tottenham this season, I think.
So why have you gone Brentford, Camps?
I've gone Brentford. I think they've lost their manager. They've lost their best player, and their other best player is on strike at the moment.
Captain.
They've lost
and
Norgard.
Coaching staff as well. Cochrane's gone with Thomas Frank as well.
And then they've got a young manager in Keith Andrews, who this is a big job now. You know what I mean? And I actually think Brentford, for a team that's been so stable in the Premier League, I'm looking at them this season. I'm like, I think they're going to be well in there. Like how West Ham was struggling last season, just above the relegation zones, and Wolves. I'm looking at Brentford, and I think they might be dragged into that this season.
The only thing I'll say,
that's a lot of losses.
The only thing I'll say with Brentford, a bit like Brighton, is that they're very smart in how they do business. They're very, you know what I mean? So they'll bring in players and we won't really know them. And all of us are just writing them off, but they're very intelligent and smart in how they do business. No one knew who Thomas Frank was. No one knew who Mbuemo was. No one knew who Whistle was. Norgard, Damsgaard, none of them. Right? So they could also do that again.
For sure, yeah.
I know it's a very, very inexperienced manager, but I'd like them to stay. I'd like Brentford to stay.
Down, then.
They are under threat for real.
And we'll go to your final category, which is hot take. So let's keep this one fairly brief. What are you thinking? What's your hot take?
Hot take. See, hot take is basically means outrageous take, right?
Yeah.
Very hot take. I'm going to go with Max Dallman.
Great player.
Will get an England call-up this season. He'll get an England call-up, whether that's a friendly, he will get an England call-up. I think in the later stage of the Arsenal season, he's going to come through like how Ethan Nwaneri did. But this guy is a special talent. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. Of course, safeguarding and making sure that, not too much goes on with him. But I think there is going to come a stage in the season, whether that means it's an injury or anything, but he's going to emerge. And when he comes, it's going to be
Robbie, your thoughts? I've been on this Max Dallman hype train for ages. I've seen a lot of him. He's an outrageous talent. What are your thoughts, Robbie?
Yeah, the same thing. He's lived up to the hype. I was watching him in pre-season in Singapore and Hong Kong. He was our best player on pre-season. It was amazing.
So, and what have you gone with?
My hot take is Liverpool not to win the league. I know everybody's backing them and everything. I just feel there's a lot of changes for Liverpool. And then the absolute key to it, despite all the signings that everyone's getting in, the absolute key to it is can Salah and Van Dijk go? If them two can go again, then they can win it.
Okay, stick them up.
If not, they won't.
Okay.
It's a real hot take.
There we go. There we have it. There's confirmation of Cam's and Robbie's Premier League predictions. Let us know what you think of them at home.